Did you know that giant wolves once roamed the earth? These massive canines were not only bigger than your typical wolf, but they were also heavier than some bears and dark enough to make even a lion cower in fear. You might be wondering how we know so much about them and where they are now. Join us today as we explore 10 fascinating facts about giant wolves. Number 10. They're not actually wolves. Despite being called giant wolves, these creatures are not actually wolves. Instead, they're more closely related to dogs and jackals. They belong to a group of animals called canids, which also includes coyotes, foxes, and domestic dogs. Canids are known for their intelligence, adaptability, and ability to work together in packs. This means that giant wolves would have been highly skilled hunters who could take down large prey. Their intelligence would have also helped them to outsmart their prey, and their pack mentality would have made them formidable opponents. 9. They lived all over the world. Giant wolves didn't just live in one part of the world or another. They were truly global citizens, living on every continent except Antarctica. In North America, they lived in what is now Alaska and the northern United States. In South America, they could be found in Argentina and Chile. In Europe, they lived in Italy, France, and Germany, to name a few. And in Asia, they were present in India, China, and Japan. This wide distribution means that there were likely many different populations of giant wolves, each with its own unique characteristics. Some may have been better adapted to life in the Arctic, while others thrived in warmer climates. 8. They lived until relatively recently. Most people assume that giant wolves lived millions of years ago. But the truth is they only went extinct around 13,000 years ago. That's only about 130 generations ago. To put this in perspective, humans only started farming about 12,000 years ago. So giant wolves were alive when humans were still hunter-gatherers. It is possible that giant wolves were hunted by humans, or that they were killed off due to other human activities, such as habitat destruction. But it is also possible that they simply couldn't adapt to the changing climate and went extinct as a result. Whatever the reason, their extinction was relatively recent in the grand scheme of things. Number 7. They were huge. As their name suggests, giant wolves were huge. They were about twice the size of gray wolves, which can be up to 6 feet long and weigh up to 175 pounds. Giant wolves were somewhere between 8 and 10 feet long and weighed up to 300 pounds. To give you an idea of how big that is, giant wolves were heavier than most black bears and brown bears. They were also taller than most humans, making them truly imposing creatures. Their size alone would have made them formidable predators, but their other characteristics only add to their awesomeness. Number 6. They had giant teeth and claws. Not only were giant wolves huge, but they also had giant teeth and claws. Their teeth were up to 4 times larger than those of modern wolves and were perfect for tearing through flesh. Their claws were also large and sharp, which would have helped them to catch and hold onto their prey. With such powerful weapons at their disposal, it's no wonder that giant wolves were successful predators. Their combination of size, strength, and weaponry would have made them a force to be reckoned with. 5. They were dark. Giant wolves were not your typical wolf color. Instead of being gray or white, they were dark. Some were even black as night. This would have made them very scary to behold, especially when they were hunting. Their dark fur would have blended in with the shadows, making them almost invisible to their prey. They would have been able to sneak up on their prey and strike with lightning speed. Their darkness would have given them a distinct advantage when hunting, making them even more successful predators. 4. They hunted large game. Giant wolves were not satisfied with hunting small animals. They were true big game hunters. They went after animals like bison, horses, and deer. Sometimes they would even hunt elephants. With their size and strength, they were more than capable of taking down large animals. Their stamina and endurance would have been key to their success, as they would have been able to chase down their prey for long periods of time without tiring. They would have also been able to work together in packs to bring down large animals. With their size, strength, and hunting skills, it's no wonder that giant wolves were successful predators. They were perfectly adapted for life as a big game hunter. 3. They were good swimmers. Giant wolves weren't just good on land, they were also good in the water. They were excellent swimmers, and this would have helped them to hunt in rivers and lakes. They would have been able to chase down fish and other aquatic animals with ease. Their swimming ability would have also been useful when crossing bodies of water. They wouldn't have had to waste precious energy by walking around a lake when they could simply swim across it. This would have saved them a lot of energy that they could then use for hunting or other activities. Their swimming ability was just another one of their many awesome traits. No, too, they're still spoken of in folklore. Giant wolves are not only mentioned in scientific journals and books, but they're also spoken of in folklore around the world. In some cultures, giant wolves are seen as good omens, while in others they're seen as bad omens. There are many stories and legends about giant wolves, which only adds to their mystique. These stories often depict giant wolves as powerful, intelligent, and even spiritual beings. In some cultures, giant wolves are believed to be the guardians of the forest or the protectors of the innocent. Others believe that giant wolves can help guide lost travelers or protect them from harm. Whether they're seen as good or bad omens, one thing is for sure: giant wolves are definitely seen as powerful and mysterious creatures. We don't know what happened to them. One of the most fascinating things about giant wolves is that we do not know what happened to them. Why did they go extinct? What happened to the rest of their species? Did they all die off due to natural causes, or were they all killed off by humans? Unfortunately, the truth is we may never know the answers to these questions. Their extinction was so recent that there's not much archaeological evidence left behind. The few bones and artifacts that have been found are often too damaged to be studied. This leaves us with more questions than answers and makes the giant wolf an even more enigmatic creature. In conclusion, giant wolves are truly amazing animals. They were huge, powerful, and mysterious creatures that once roamed the earth. Although they went extinct relatively recently, they're still spoken of in folklore around the world. Perhaps one day we'll learn more about these creatures and uncover the secrets of their extinction. But until then, they'll continue to be a source of fascination and wonder. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any thoughts or opinions about giant wolves, leave them in the comments below. We hope you learned something new and exciting about giant wolves. These incredible creatures are truly fascinating, and we can only imagine what it would be like to see one in person. If you want to learn more about ancient animals, stay tuned for more videos. Until next time.